issue of collaboration. That's why I love the idea of
I think they touch you.
no, it's now for, let's say, let me use Cobweb as a starting point. Say, let's say Cobweb can now come up in collaboration with the MBA or in collaboration with a group of lawyers and identify these issues and present it behind. Okay, fine. At this level, we want to have certain minimum standards or requirements that no matter how small the job is, no matter how informal the job is coming, we must implement this minimum requirement or standard before we execute, before we send anything to you. Do you get? So it's now for Cobweb to collaborate with relevant stakeholders, either in the legal profession and of course the legal profession, and see how these things can be put in place and implement. Yes, and there must be high level of awareness.
But now, looking at it this way, what if say like a student now, right, like an artist, a student in school, they don't have a registered company.
Sure.
Can they meet the arm? Do you understand? Can they meet a law firm that can help them create this
You
document?
can come like what he's suggesting now. You
Yeah,
can
can
come
they
to
come?
Cobweb.
You don't need to be a company to register a trademark, a copyright, or anything. No.
That is like what
It
students
is an
don't know.
individual effort.
Yeah.
See, okay, let me
I like the fact that Shego mentioned that because a lot of people don't know.
Let me do a little sensitization on intellectual property here. I think, see, the idea of intellectual property is that from the name intellectual property,
Yeah, it's your intellect.
nobody, what you're able to put, your output is different and distinct from my own output.
definitely.
This is my job, you are owning it, and you're supposed to have economic value for that job for a particular period. Do you understand? And now, it's also, the main idea is to promote creativity. If you're not this big, I'm sure from that Burna Boy's experience, if you're just in one corner of your room and you're not taking this whole thing seriously and you just did that thing and it happened this way, you'll have them, well, I think I'm done. I'm not more interested in doing this again.
Yeah.
Because you just get so discouraged, you get so beaten.
Probably switch to banking.
Exactly.
Go and get a job in
Why
the
can't I
bank.
just sit one place and do it? Hey,
That's the best part.
Get so
That's
busy.
it. Agriculture.
That is it. That is it.
Mechanic.
So it's to
Plumber.
encourage. Part of our core mandate is to create this awareness.
Awareness, I think that's key.
I think that's okay.
That really is key because
That's
if people are
something
aware,
as
they can
small
create
as a 5-page non-disclosure agreement,
Okay.
3-page franchise agreement,
Yeah.
can sort out most of these big issues.
Exactly.
Let's talk
Funny
about-
enough, when
let's even talk
most,
about
when most clients see agreement, non-disclosure agreement, sign here, sign here, sign here, put your
But
stamp
that's
here,
the thing,
put
when
your
you
blood
run,
print.
there's nobody to
Your
run to
print.
because everybody has non
Let me tell you something.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm
When they
saying.
run, and Mr. A is saying,
So it's just
you know that this is standard practice in the
becomes a
industry.
culture.
you get so
That's
that
industry
awareness.
Exactly. You must have this industry practice because it's really worrisome that you put a whole lot of thinking into something and tomorrow somebody's using it for free and you're like, all that time is
And
it
you know the
a
funniest part, these people might have actually been paid in terms of millions.
Yeah, no,
Of course.
I'm making millions now. I'm telling you.
Of course.
Okay,
course.
so to summarize this, thank God you're a lawyer here. What is the punishment for infringement,
Damages.
copyright of
Damages. You can run Burna Boy down with damages. Case not taken. As in, like, when I mean damages, because those things, more often than not, there's some intellectual property rights that you can't quantify in monetary value. Like, if you can't really place a value to it, you can at best estimate that, okay, let's say this is what this is what that. There's some improvements that once damages come, the courts can award damages runs into a whole lot.
Now talking about quantifying damages, how do you quantify in the typical case in point, Burna Boy's case? How do you quantify a work that was used at a venue that has like a 50,000 capacity
Answer the
stadium?
question. You just answer the question. It's part of the consideration
And
that the
then,
courts will look at.
and then that's to the audience, like 50,000 capacity in the stadium and all that. And then online, still going online. How many
No, if
followers?
it's an online,
And then,
if it's still going online, if it's a continuous reach, you can do an injunction to stop the person from further usage and shut it. Then if it's something in the person's exclusive possession, you can also bring another destruction. Bring everything out, destroy everything,
there will be an injunction and stopping the person from further using because they will damage it. And there are some that comes with specific company. I'm not sure it's really related to intellectual property. Person from performance is saying that we agree to do this, so you want to do this. Or we agree that you will use this for this only. Since you are still not interested in continuing with this transaction, I think you must use this for this only. Specific performance. The other hand, there's damages. And then, trust me, when you put into consideration the whole lot of factors, the characters involved, the level of the nature of infringement we're talking about, and the nature of breach, and people involved, so a whole lot of things can be put into consideration. Damages.
In one sentence, I just want to just say just one thing in one sentence.
Okay. I would really like to. First of all, I appreciate the idea of Cobweb and the initiative. I've always longed for an industry with one voice, and I hope this can be that starting point for the industry with one voice.
Okay, thank you very much, Bernard. Let's hear from you.
And not to make us that aware,
But then I must tell you, it's not so expensive, it's not so complicated as you guys are thinking to get a lawyer involved in some of these basic things, and a high level of awareness go a long way with some of these challenges in the industry. And most importantly, we must keep involving stakeholders. They must be that collaboration. So that at the end of the day, there's a minimum level of understanding of some of these concepts for everybody to be protected.
Alright, thank you. Good luck.
Very simple. Get a lawyer. Very simple. Get a lawyer. Might be expensive, but hey, it's going to be more expensive for you to start running around.
so after the issue happens, I
Then,
take a longer time.
Another thing I want to say is that I hope when people see this video, I hope they don't get things wrong. It's beyond Burna Boy or Aristocrat or
Anybody?
because you know Nigeria people have this funny vibe. They're trying to run some other people down. No. He's a big fan of Burna Boy. I'm a big fan of
Of course, we all sing
Burna
Burna Boy
Okay,
songs.
we all love Burna Boy. I will still bump Burna Boy if I see this please sign me Instagram there. You understand? But we too are artists. We too are artists. We
We
have
must
to
get value
protect
for what we give.
ourselves. We have to get value for what we do as artists. We too are looking at an industry where tomorrow, you understand, will be as big as these people too. Exactly. Do you understand? That's what everybody's dream. Nobody's doing this thing because they want to be small forever. Tomorrow too, we're looking at an industry where value is like, okay, what's again the economy is making money for Nigeria? They look at what's the component to the GOP, to the
Exactly.
GDP, and all this.
And I think for me, I just feel this is what we're waiting for, right? I just want everybody to just talk, stamp everybody. Like, the more we talk, the louder it talks. The more we know everybody, the greater structure. Right? The thing is, it's enough. Trust me, it's enough. There are so many stories. We can't just finish talking about. There are so many stories. So the best way is reach out to people. I mean, if you're a young artist, you're just starting out. I mean, this is big enough.
Yes.
You know, reach out to other people. We have professionals that are working in bigger cities. Is it boss?
Exactly.
You know, doing my thing. Just reach out to everybody. And then we could reach out and stretch you to lawyers, you know, that we know. That are doing this thing. So it's just awareness. We just need more people to just, you know, speak up and talk.
Okay, last year was us.
It's just all about the awareness. Because honestly, there are lots of things that you mentioned here today that I had no
See?
So just keep on pushing the information out there, getting people to know that, like it's, when you talk about the lawyer, this thing, when I start talking about lawyer,
Scared of money,
so but now I know. So
Just that awareness. That's the awareness. Because if people are aware, And we start, everybody has this idea of, you need to
People are aware.
NDA.
Yes.
People are not aware.
People are
Exactly, they
aware.
are aware. And everybody has this NDA. Then it's a structure, so now it's not up to the client.
When client meets like 10 artists and
get
everybody's
everybody
pulling
has
out papers and
Then you're like, exactly. Exactly. We need that.
All right, thank you very much, gentlemen, and their father, Bernard the lawyer, Polite, aka School. The guy is Speed Dragon. Thank you very much. It's very, I want to say it's nice hanging out with you. These are just the representative of the bad guys in the art industry.
Trust me, there are so many bad guys.
So many bad guys.
I'm telling you, they're part of it.
And on behalf of me, myself, and I want to say thank you very much for hanging out with us. Cheers. On behalf of Progress. Take care, everybody. Peace out.
Bye.
Attract greatness.
Attract greatness.
Thanks for watching The Cobweb, guys. Connect with us on social media. Like, share, subscribe, and let's hear your ideas on cool topics for The Cobweb. Feel free to download great stuff below. Stay tuned for more cool convos, and together we'll attract greatness.